Seb, let's start with you. You're continuing to lead the championship as we come to Finland. 5 rounds to go. Now it's all getting very exciting. But talk to me about this event, because as fans ourselves, as journalists, we love to come here and see the speeds on the stages and how incredible this is as a rally. Do you feel that it is one of the most challenging ones we have on the championship calendar, and yet enjoyable as well?
I mean, you just say that the fan enjoy to come here to watch the rally, but I think it's exactly the same for the drivers. Or at least if I speak for myself, I love to come here. Since the first time I stepped here, I loved it. It's a magic road to drive, especially with the World Rally car, and I think even more now with the 17 version of it. So, no, it's going to be an amazing rally again with very high speed and big adrenaline and good fun.
Let's talk about the testing and the feeling you got from the car. I know it didn't end the way you wanted to, the test, but talk to me about before the accident, how the feeling was with the car and how confident you feel coming here.
Yeah, at the end it was a very good test, even though of course I would have preferred to don't destroy the car at the end, but on this one, I mean, I couldn't do absolutely anything. It was just purely bad luck. And exit of a normally easy flat corner, there was a big rocks on the line that there was no chance to avoid it, so I drove over it, and then it breaks steering arm or something, and I just couldn't control the car anymore and went straight in the forest. So it's not a good feeling, of course, but at least it proved that the car is strong, because I came out of it without any injury, and that's the most important, I would say. But before that, I had really good feeling, so I'm happy, confident ahead of the rally. I think obviously we are all much faster than in the past with this car, so it's always very hard to estimate. But also this morning, you see on the check down, not really big difference. It's close, so that promises a good battle for the win. I'm sure many drivers are going to be involved in it, and of course I hope to be part of that. I hope the start position won't be an issue for us, and let's see.
You know, I'm sure the objective again is just to complete the rally ahead of your nearest rival in the championship, which is Thierry Neuville. Yeah.
I mean, that's my strategy since years now. The main target on every event is beat the second guy in the championship. So clearly the target number 1 is to beat Thierry this weekend. But I also hope to challenge on the top and to challenge for a good result. That would be fantastic. And like I say, with the feeling we had on the test, I think it's possible. And like I say, tomorrow is a long day first on the road. So I hope that won't play a role against me. But the most important, is for sure beat Thierry, and we'll do our best for that.
Okay, Seb, thank you very much. Jari-Matti, home event, of course, and a home event for the team as well. You know, Toyota base is not far from here. It must be great to have friends, family around you, but also it really be truly a home event for you now.
Yeah, this has been a home event in the past, but I think there's an additional taste on top of that when we have, let's say, Finnish team is based in Finland. We have half of the mechanics are from Finland. There is half of them are from foreign countries, but then you see when you have Finnish mechanics, you see a lot of other families and friends coming over. So you know there is a lot of Finns around, and then on the recce I already see the people are like asking how is the setup, how is the Toyota, are you ready, and things like that. So of course people are excited. I think in these areas, especially in Puuppola and in Jyväskylä, this is almost a mecca of rallying, I would say, and it's important here that the people are really appreciate that the rally car is built in Finland, which I think some years ago nobody could even dream of that.
You know, you've done this event for so many years now. Surely you don't feel any extra pressure coming here, do you? Or do you still in a little way?
There is always a bit more pressure in this event, and but that's what also the other Finnish drivers have said. I think it's the same for Sepp in Monte when he's starting there. It's his home event, and I think there's always a bit more pressure and excitement in your home event. So one day maybe if you're in New Zealand, you also Hayden will feel it, and
you know something we don't.
no, maybe one day, and
I think we hope. If you ask driver, we all hope to go back there.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the great, most fantastic stages in the World Championship I have ever seen. So, but that's for everybody. I mean, also the same in Christian GP. I guess you will always have that a bit of extra element of excitement.
And we saw great pace from you in Poland just a few weeks ago. You were right there battling for the lead when unfortunately technical issues hampered you. Do you feel that you can more than replicate that pace here, that the win is possible here, Jari-Matti?
Yeah, we were in a good pace in Poland. We managed to lead the rally in the beginning, but then we dropped a little bit on Friday afternoon, Saturday morning. We were still on the touch zone because we were around 12, 13 seconds behind Thierry at the time when we got the problem and technical problem. So, and since that we've been still focusing on the testing pretty hard, and we are working hard with the car, and I feel the car is even a little bit better than in Poland. So I hope and I expect that we should be there fighting with the other guys, because we were close by in Poland, and I don't think we shouldn't drop that much to come into our home event. But okay, we will see when the rally starts where we are, but at least I feel confident. I'm confident with the car.
Okay, thank you, Jari-Matti. Chris, let's turn to you now. Welcome back to Rally Finland. You were quickest through on the shakedown stage this morning. How are you feeling on being back, and how are you feeling with the car?
Yeah, it's nice to be back in Finland for sure. Some good memories here from last year, but as we've seen, 2017's proven to be a bit more challenging, shall we say. So, yeah, I'm a competitor. I want to compete all the time. So, like I said, Poland wasn't my decision, but that's the way it went. And but finally, some things start to change, and some people start to listen, and we start to arrive with some parts that I've been asking for years. And yeah, the feeling changes quite quickly. Our test here was compromised quite a lot by the weather. We had some really heavy rain on a soft road, which made it very muddy, and it was difficult to get any consistent running to do a proper test when you have some new things to try. So we're basically starting in the unknown this morning on shakedown, and yeah, we changed a lot every run, and finally we arrived with a good rhythm. But everyone knows this stage so well, it doesn't count towards the rally for sure. And the best way to arrive to Finland is having a perfect pre-event test, getting out of that car feeling completely confident. And I wasn't at that stage here, so shakedown was good. But let's see, when you explore the stages for the first time, that's when you have to make it count, and we'll see how we're feeling tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so you just have to see how it feels on the first couple of stages and see where you're at. Then as a competitor, it's you all give 100%, and you can never imagine you not doing that. But I suppose, as you mentioned, with confidence, it is a bit difficult. So what, you give the first group of stages and see how you feel there?
Yeah, I want to try to do my best. I always try to give my best, and sometimes when you're giving your best, when the environment around you is not maybe 100%, that's where what I've been guilty of this year. But yeah, I've made a few mistakes. We've had a few technical problems this year, a few reliability issues, and a car that's been inconsistent in certain conditions. Not even between rallies, but between stages. And like I say, there's times I felt good in the car. For sure, you can't win a rally with a bad car. We know the potential's there. The car is fast, but we need certain things to make it more constant over a full championship. It's so varied, all the conditions. So, yeah, let's see if we can make some steps. But for sure, I'm here to do my job, and that's try my best. So I'll continue to do that.
Let's talk about the rally itself then, and the route itself. There have been some changes, not a huge amount. What do you think of the route here at Rally Finland 2017?
Yeah, day one's quite interesting now, with 2 loops of stages in the first loop, shall I say. So yeah, it doesn't give you the opportunity. Normally you change a little bit the car for a second pass, so the road gets a bit softer and deeper, and we have to look at that, because we don't get back to service to change. But yeah, some of the old stages back in that I don't have so much experience of, Uria, Jakojärvi, Lauka, stages I'm sure Jari knows very, very well from the past. But yeah, like I say, the route other than that is quite similar. Saturday's quite similar, albeit one of them reverse, which we haven't done that direction. But yeah, I think the biggest change this year will be the weather. Last year it was dry and hard packed base nearly everywhere. You know, I don't think they've had much of a summer in Finland, and the roads seem generally quite softer. And if it rains during the rally, with all the cars passing through, for sure, second pass can be a big challenge. But let's see how the weather plays out over the weekend.
Let's ask a Finn, is it going to rain, Jari-Matti? Come on, put your weatherman hat on, tell me.
I think tomorrow will be fine. There is rain coming on Saturday, but is it going to hit the stage? That's the question mark.
Map, doesn't
So
he?
it's in the beginning of the week, all the weather forecast was saying that all the hot weather is coming, and it came to Lapland. So we still have a chance.
We still have a chance. I like the positive thinking. Thanks, Jari-Matti. Thank you, Chris. Hayden, let's turn to you now. It's been an emotional rally for you so far, and hasn't really got started yet. It was the kind of official retirement point of John Kennard at this event. We saw presentation last night. He did the final run of Shakedown with you today. How was that, having him back in the car?
Yeah, obviously we've been working towards this for a while with the change of plan. Seb obviously got in the car a little bit earlier, but yeah, I must admit that last run of Shakedown was a bit emotional, especially when we went over the finish line. It's sort of, you sort of realise 12 years had sort of come to an end just like that. So yeah, it was hard pill to swallow, and yeah, even though John's still going to be with us on rallies and moving forward, it's just not quite the same when he's not in the car.
Well, the great thing is the relationship is working well with Seb Marshall in the car. We've seen some good performances from you. What do you think you can achieve here in Finland?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a very competitive rally. I think there's probably upwards of 10 drivers who can be competing to be up on the podium. We want to try and be in that mix as well, and we're certainly going to be pushing hard. The shoulders are a bit lower now after Poland. So yeah, I enjoy the stages. The car's feeling really good, so we just look forward to the rally.
As Chris said, it's so important to have that good pre-event test, get that confidence. Did it all go well for you?
We did our test in early June, so quite a long time ago. It was snowing, I think it was 2 or 3 degrees, but in actual fact it's maybe not so different to the rally. But no, we made some good small developments on the car which felt good, and yeah, I'm feeling confident for the rally.
Now, I mentioned to the Support Championship drivers, tomorrow is quite a full-on day, 12 stages. Big day also on Saturday. Is there a particular section of stages or a day which sticks out as being the most challenging here?
Yeah, I think Friday and Saturday are the vital days here. We know in Finland that the gaps are very small, and you can't afford to be dropping any time anywhere. So yeah, it's a lot of processes we've got to go through. Tomorrow 12 stages, so we've got to go through the pre-stage rituals 12 times and get yourself mentally amped up 12 times, and this will all add up as the rally progresses.
We haven't seen the current Hyundai team on the podium at all in Finland. Can that be changed this weekend?
Let's hope so.
Could it be you, Hayden?
Well, I certainly hope it's us, but obviously Terry's in a strong position as well, and Danny's very competitive, so I think all three of us have got a good chance to try and put at least one, maybe two Hyundais on the podium.
Okay, thank you guys. Are there any questions for our drivers? Yes, Martin Holmes.
Hi, I'd like to hear from the drivers, each of them, about chicanes. This rally has experimented with 3 types. One is solid objects, second is straw bales, third is diversions. Are any of these ideas for chicanes acceptable, and why have them in the first place?
Jari-Matti, you start?
Yeah, I think the rally organizer is a little bit afraid after what happened in Rally Sweden when one of the stages were cancelled because the average speed was getting too high. There is some similar characteristics in Sweden and Finland about the roads, but also Poland was fast. In Poland we had chicanes, and I think nobody at the end really complained or they had any problems. But let's say this is the first time in Finland when we really have the chicanes. We have had some, I think back in 30 years ago, 87, they tried to do smaller roads to get the average speed down. Now we use the big roads because it's better for everybody. That the roads will hold up better, and that these cars are faster than the last year's cars, so the chicanes are there to keep the average speed down. Some of the chicanes I think are quite okay, but then there are places which are not not good. I mean, you come 200 kilometers per hour and you come after a couple of crests, and it's not on the straight. I think the placing of the chicanes can be improved for the future.
I would say I agree with Jari. Some of the chicane I think can be useful because it's anyway like very long straight or something a bit. I mean, it can improve a little the safety, but generally, I mean, you have to face it. It's faster than before, and I think we all accept it. It's not necessarily more dangerous. It's a couple of Ks higher than before. But the car are also a bit safer, and to put some chicane there and there, yes, of course, maybe that give a good feeling to have a average speed number a bit lower, but at the end, it doesn't really change the risk level for me of the rally in general. So, yeah, it's some of them, yeah, we can use, but not too much, and maybe also, yeah, the place, and maybe they are very tight, I would say, this year, maybe a little too tight.
Chris?
Personally, I don't agree with them at all. I think we've seen more incidents on shakedown this morning than we have probably on other shakedowns, and it was all at this stupid chicane. And then what happens when it gets knocked down, the next car? Do they cut it? Do you go on ahead? Is one of the obstacles still going to be in the road? Is a marshal still going to be in the middle of the road fixing it? It adds too many unknowns, and you know, we just have to accept these cars are a little bit faster, but like all of us have said, with the aero we have now, they actually feel safer and more constant at high speed. And the cars for sure have that little bit more safety. So personally, I don't agree with them at all. I think it's a stupid idea. I don't think this Rally Finland is any safer with these chicanes than before. I actually think it's more dangerous with these chicanes. So I think it's the wrong approach.
Hayden, have you anything to add?
I disagree with Chris. I think it adds more danger rather than making it safer. Rather than the obstacles being on the side of the road, we're now putting the obstacles in the middle of the road. So for me, it makes no sense.
Okay. Are there any other questions? No. Guys, thank you very much and good luck for this weekend.